Hello and welcome back to Ruben Uncut. Today, we've got to talk about men. All right. Specifically, what what the fuck is wrong with men? Men, I have to say, look, I'm a man, okay? I'm all about being a man, kind of. I don't totally gender conform, but it's because I kind of think that gender is bullshit. It's just masculinity is just how somebody's dad acted a long time ago, and we've just been filtering it down through dads. That's what masculinity is. It's also what femininity is, but for moms. This is true because these words don't mean the same thing everywhere in the world. Masculinity and femininity have different traits in different cultures. Just the just just the facts, kids. Just the facts. But I'm a man, so I'm here today to try and help you, men. I am here today to try and help you, to save you from yourselves. Okay? Because it's apparent that you don't know how to even talk to women on the basic level. And let me tell you right now, I've I've got kids. I've been with a good number of ladies. Not a ridiculous not a ridiculous body count, but you could hardly say that I haven't been having sex in my life because I have. Which sounds less convincing when I make a statement like "cuz I have." However, it is true. But that's not the point. The point is you gotta men, you gotta do better. Allow me to show you some examples of things that are fucking stupid and you shouldn't do them. Shouldn't do them. Okay? We're going to start off simple. I'm going to read you some tweets about some stuff. Okay? All right. Here we go. I follow a Twitter account called Ask Aubrey. And this thing typically focuses on relationships between men and women. I'm going to read you this text conversation that someone posted to this page. Okay? Man says, hello. Woman responds, who is this? Man blushes deeply. Oh, God, I wasn't expecting that right off the bat. Right off the bat. ... I'm Vincent from third period. My acquaintance gave me your kick. Woman response, okay. ... Man looks at ground, takes deep breath. So what are your plans for this weekend? Fiddles with hands nervously. These are all in the text, by the way. For anyone who's listening to the audio and not seeing the video, this is how they write their text. There's like a role play element to it. Woman responds, can you, not? Man recoils head in shock. What is it that you mean? Woman, ugh. Man, a bulge grows larger in pants. To significant confidence. I'm sorry. What is it that I'm doing wrong? 21st century women, parentheses, sluts like yourself are insufferable. Get some class, you stupid skank. Learn how to express your feelings. They teach you that in third grade, bitch. Woman's response. First off, I don't even know you exist. So maybe you should talk to me instead of doing this stupid crap on Kick. But you already blew whatever chance you had in the first place with this 21st century bullshit. Man responds. My face glimmers with anger and confidence. Fire is in my eyes. Do you honestly think I care what a simple plebeian like you even thinks? I have multiple awards that I have achieved with my 147 IQ, certified genius by scientific standards. Get out of my face, whore, all caps. Slaps you with dick and runs away laughing. Have fun being blocked, troglodyte. Woman's response. I have no words. nor should she have any words. Men, we got to talk about this conversation right here. Because, facts, that is one of the worst attempts to hit on a woman I have ever heard in my entire life. And I'm not great at what this gentleman is trying to do, but this is bad. And it's also insane. Okay? Let's take it back. First of all, the woman is right. The woman is right. He should have tried to talk to her in person before sending these absurd texts. Like, look, I get it. The whole role play thing idea, some girls might see that as cute. However, this screams I'm tipping my fedora at you so goddamn hard. Also, don't, and this is not in this one, but guys, unless you're at a Ren fair or you're specifically talking to a girl who is into Ren fairs, don't use the expression "milady" unless you know them real well and you're doing it ironically. Because when you say "milady" in a text or casual conversation with a person you're just meeting, the world can hear the tip of your fedora. They can hear you lifting it off your head and gently putting it back down as you resign yourself to growing a beard out of your neck and never getting laid. Don't do it. Okay? Doing this to help you. I'm explaining it. I'm giving you the hard truths. So you may be like, so what else did this guy do wrong here? Well, the thing is that his gimmick isn't landing and he's not picking up on that. Like, when she goes, ugh, he probably should have changed his approach. When he said, ugh, he should have changed his approach. What did he do instead of changing his approach? But by the way, changing his approach in this situation would have shown that he had something called self-awareness. But instead, changing his approach, this dumb bitch, and yes, I'm calling him a bitch, attacks her verbally with insults, makes a bunch of comments that confirm how not good at getting laid he is. So let's talk about this. Don't just bring up your penis like, guys, come on. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I love talking to bitches about my penis. I love it. But you can't bring that up in your intro, okay? There's a process. You got to clear some hurdles before anyone wants to hear about your penis. Like, could a woman easily open up with some portion of the male population by just sending them boobs? I mean, sure. But that's because men are down for boobs. But there's also going to be a portion of men who are also going to be kind of red flagged by that. Even some men are going to be like, what? That bitch jumped to boobs real fast. So you can't. Don't start off this sexual. And also, don't be sexual and angry at the same text. That's fucking weird. Okay? Then you have, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Okay, well, I'm here to tell you what you're doing wrong. Okay, this is the great news. I'm here to tell you, and the answer is everything. Okay? You probably, since they don't know who you are, probably should have started with an intro of who the fuck you are. Okay? Like they said, you should have talked to him in person. But a weird rando text from a guy who's trying to initiate some type of weird role play when you don't really know them or who they are, it's like overspending on a gift for a person you don't know. The person's not going to know how to interpret what's happening. Then you have the 21st century women and call them sluts. Yeah, because that works. That's going to turn it around when you call women sluts. That totally works. Yeah, no, this is sarcasm. I'm using sarcasm. This was sarcasm. This last sentence was sarcasm. That will not work. Who wants to be insulted in a conversation? This guy needed to step back and humble himself if he wanted to save this situation. He's fucking up. This this has gone terribly off the rails. Women are not going to respond to this at all. And I know what you're going to say, but I thought us alphas were supposed to use confidence to get women to understand how tough and manly we are. Okay, well, here's the thing, bitch. If he was an alpha, he would have approached her in person. Not that I would ever want to give the concept of alphas any scientific legitimacy, because there is none. Referring to her as he also calls her insufferable and a stupid skank. But the thing is that nothing he did was classy. This wasn't classy. Did you think this was classy? No. No, that's not classy. Classy is just walking up to a lady and go, hey, by the way, I think you seem pretty great. Here's my number. Call me if you'd like to go out to dinner sometime. Don't worry, I'll pick the place when you call. Then you're done. That's classy. That's it's casual. You don't because here's the thing, man. You can't argue a woman into going out with you. And if you find a woman who that works on, that's a red flag. I know what you're saying. How is that a red flag? Well, because it's going to mean that your relationship is based on a very one-sided dynamic where you're super into them and they're kind of your hostage. The reason this woman has no words here at the end is because, well, this last one is insane. Like, I don't know if this person thinks they're funny. Like, okay, so here's a tip, okay? Because I've had this problem before as a comedian, and my brother does this because he's a funny guy. But like sometimes the thing you think to say may be the funny thing, but it's probably not the right thing. Okay? Okay? All right? Because in a lot of situations, the funniest thing you can say is probably a mistake. In trouble with your boss? Probably a mistake. Getting mugged? Highly unlikely to be a good idea. Trying to convince a woman that you're not a piece of shit? Don't say any of this. My face glimmers with anger and confidence. Fire is in my eyes. What? First of all, you do care. Do you honestly think I care what a simple plebeian like you even thinks? First of all, sir, you do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't have responded with hostility. Here's the appropriate reaction to messaging a girl and her being like, I'm not interested. It's just be like, oh, well, thanks for your time. Have a good life. And then you leave. And then you're done. You're done with that. Somewhere out there is someone who you're going to have better luck with. This whole I'm going to rage out at you in a message. What? No, that's dumb. That's a terrible idea. That's first of all, it's not going to work. Second of all, you're not going to learn anything. If you always think of women as some type of adversarial relationship, and this is the type of emotional response that you respond to rejection with, you're fucked. You don't want to be this guy. This is the behavior you need to curb. I'm even telling you what to say. Woman rejects you, you go, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'll respect that. But I will respect that you're not interested, and then you leave. That's it. There you go. I'm sorry to hear that, but I respect that you're not interested, and then you leave. You never bother them again. Okay? Because guess what? You can't force a woman to like you. You can't. And you wouldn't want to. That'd be bad for you. Okay? Here's a fun fact. The last kind of sex you want to have is pity sex. Okay, men? Do you hear me? You do not want to have pity sex. Part of your brain thinks you do because your brain is like, oh, I have testosterone. I'm so goddamn horny. And I must have sex right now. No matter the consequences or the cost or how I get it. And men, you got to try and get some control over that voice in your head. That testosterone, you got to try and master it, okay? Because here's the reality, okay? You don't want to have pity sex. It's bad for you. It's bad for them. It's not good for anybody. Because if you only learn how to have pity sex, then that means you're going to have the saddest sex your whole life. You need to learn to have sex that isn't pity sex. Pity sex is not good for you, okay? It reinforces negative habits and toxic traits, and it hurts you. It hurts you, the person getting the pity sex. You don't want it. But it's not sex that you want. And men have a hard time with this. I understand. You can't always tell what kind of sex you don't want until you're having it. You do not want pity sex. When I was young and a virgin, there were many times with women where I would go towards pity. I never got sex from that situation. And you know what? In hindsight, I'm glad it didn't lead to sex. I'm glad I learned how to be better at attracting women than getting pity sex, because you don't want it. Okay, man? That's important. That is very important. When women reject you, you are better off moving on, saying it wasn't meant to be, and putting your energy into attracting someone else. Okay? All right? But this right here, this is close to silly, because it can be worse. I'm going to watch this video with you here, okay? This is a man. Now, some of you may have already seen this video, but this video is essentially a dude who has built in, he has built a fantasy depiction of a woman into his head, and he is not doing anything right about it. Okay? So let's take this in.
The Cracker Barrel, and I was going to play a song for a woman that I kind of like, and I got there, and she saw me, and she immediately pulled away, and I wasn't forcing her to listen or anything, you know. I just wanted to play the song for her, you know, give her her own choice if she wanted to be with me, you know.
Does she know you?
Yeah, I worked with her there for like 5-6 months.
Did y'all have a relationship?
No, we were talking a little bit, but it never really got serious.
Okay.
All right, so right off here, the story is we have this guy who he had tried to get this girl that he used to work with Cracker Barrel at to listen to his music. And now he's explaining that to the cops, who he called. Because, we'll get to that.
But anyways, I pulled up there, and I was in the other parking lot, and I saw her get in her car, and I was like, oh shoot, it's my moment. So I pulled up there next to her, and she pulled away from me, and so I chased her a little bit, just because, I don't know,
right there.
Crazy. Like, I felt like she wanted me to chase her.
Do you not think chasing somebody?
Right there, man. Let me be clear. Women do not want you to physically chase them. Okay? Unless we're playing tag or some kind of, unless we're like playing tag at some kind of like weird garden party or something, women don't want you to physically chase them. Huge red flag. If a woman starts running in the opposite direction from you, just stop. Just stop. You need to neutralize the concept of you being a threat. If a woman runs from you, you should let her run from you. She does not want you to chase her.
That's crazy.
Well, it's just like, I only went like a couple blocks down the street.
I'm just saying, don't you think chasing somebody's crazy when they obviously don't want to?
Well, I had my song playing, and I wanted to like her to hear it, maybe.
Well, apparently she didn't want to hear it, right? So what else happened? Let's get on with the story.
Well, anyways, her father called me up, and he made some threats to me and to my life.
Okay.
And so I just want to have his name on file.
What did he say to you?
I think he said he's gonna stab me, like, but he's like cussing at me.
He said that, or he did say that?
He says I'm gonna do something to you. I swear I do something to you.
For chasing his daughter?
Yeah, but it wasn't chasing. It was.
So that's why he called the cops, because her father threatened him after he chased her.
It was like going down a couple streets. Like, that's like fun.
A couple streets. Way too many streets, guys. It's way too many streets to be chasing a person.
To women. Like, women like that. A little bit of excitement.
No, they don't. Women
Well,
don't like to be chased.
Women do not like that. The cop is right. Women do not want that. Okay?
about like
If I was a
porn?
father, I'd probably tell you the same thing.
What about like BDSM porn, where women like to have rape fantasies?
Well, apparently this girl doesn't.
Well, who knows?
Okay, men. We have to talk about this. The key word in everything he just said is fantasies. Okay? Okay? If women have BDSM fantasies, that's perfectly fine. But here's the thing. There is a significant difference between what people would like to have happen in real life and what they would like to have happen in fantasies that they can control with their own mind. Okay? Okay? Now, even women who have rape fantasies do not actually want to be raped. That is insane. Okay? You have to be able to distinguish this level of reality, man. Man, if you've ever tried to use this bizarre right-wing incel point, I need to tell you, no. Not how anything works.
Who knows? Most women do like having rape fantasies.
Probably not true. I haven't looked at the statistics, but here's the thing. I did once read a book on the magic of sex, and one of the things it talked about was that a large percentage of women had fantasies about having sex with horses and dogs. Thing about that is, I believe that the significant percentage of women who have those fantasies still wouldn't have sex with a horse or a dog. Okay? Fantasies are fantasies. We enjoy them because they are disconnected from reality. Most of the time, fantasies have an element of romanticization that would not exist in reality. Okay? Nobody's men don't let this type of junk pollute your brain. What he's saying is insane.
Okay. Do you think she does?
I don't know, but
Apparently she don't.
well,
So what do you want us to do?
well, I just want you to get his name on file, just in case he does do anything
do
to
you
me.
know his name?
I know his daughter's name.
What do you know his name?
I know her name. I don't know his name. He called.
Okay, it's too easy to make fun of him for not being smart. He literally called the police because he wanted this dude's name put on file, so he doesn't know the guy's name. Just
Me from a restricted phone number.
Okay. Here's my suggestion. Leave her alone.
Well, this is one song I made, and this was the final chance I was going to have.
Here's my chance. Here's my advice. It's over. Leave her alone.
Okay.
Fathers will hurt you over their daughters.
Yeah, but that's the thing is she needs to have her own free will, man. You gotta understand. I'm a man myself, bro, and I have needs myself.
She's choosing her free will by telling her daddy what happened.
So obviously at this point, the woman has expressed her free will. She did not want to stand still and listen to your song. Incidentally, by the way, before he took all the music off his YouTube, because he got a lot of heat for all of this, he had a lot. It was gross heavy metal. It sounds like a raccoon being shaken in a can. That's roughly how I've heard it described. I haven't actually listened to it, but my understanding is it's terrible.
Happened to you, and I'm telling you, stay away from her because he will hurt you probably.
She's being controlled by him.
That's fine. That's fine. That's.
So here's the fantasy that this dude is building up in his head. He believes that the father is the one who is really keeping this woman away from him. No, you can't allow that to have. That's not how you should view it. This police officer's right. Shouldn't be here. Shouldn't be doing this.
That's her choice, right? Free choice, free will.
I think she should go do porn.
Okay, you need to leave.
It's legal.
And that's where the cop loses it. He's like, okay, you need to leave. I think she should go do porn. Listen, men, okay, look, some women like porn. That's 100% a real thing. However, you can't lead with that. You don't lead with that. You shouldn't lead with porn. You shouldn't lead with your penis. You shouldn't even lean totally with sex. Your goal as a man who's trying to get women to notice him is to walk an incredibly delicate balancing act between being non-threatening and a sexual being. That's the delicate balance you have to work with to like get with women. I'm sorry, it's a spectrum of that. It just is. That's how it works. What do you want, Katie? I don't know if you can hear the cat or not. Where was I? I forget. Let's continue.
You need to leave.
Well,
We're not doing anything. You need to leave.
I'm having a discussion on.
I'm having a discussion telling you to leave.
Are you threatening me with
I'm
arrest?
not threatening you. I'm telling you to leave.
This is a public property.
We're done. Well, you can stay if you want.
If you do that on public property, I'll leave under.
You're free to do whatever you want to right here, but we're not doing anything else. I'm just giving you advice. The girl doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, but there's something's twisted about that.
There's something twisted about the way you think.
I was gonna.
He's making up a fantasy in his head about this father controlling the woman. Why? So he can make an argument that makes him the righteous person in the situation.
Let her make her own choice after the song.
Well, she's made her choice.
And
she has already made the choice. I don't know how this gentleman does not understand. If a woman does not want to listen to your song, she don't want to listen to your song. I'm sorry. You're going to have to let it go.
I just don't think she had a reasonable opportunity to make a choice, because I'm going to blow up and I'm going to be a famous DJ and I'm going to be
How old is she?
2 years older than me. 27.
How much?
27.
She's old enough to make her own mind.
Real quick edit here. During my initial recording, the audio from that video was playing extremely quietly because Twitter sucks at video. And essentially, so the girl is 27 and he is 25. I misheard that as him saying that he was 27, and I didn't hear the part where he said that she was 2 years older than him. There's no possible way her father is, as I'm going to talk about later, that her father is somehow younger than him. I have no idea what he's talking about there. Maybe in the editing process, I'll hear that part better, and there'll be another one of these.
I'll speak with her. Is she working today?
I think so.
Do you have her phone number?
I believe so. But I can't stop recording the video.
Well, that's okay. I'll go by her job. She works at Cracker Barrel, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'll speak with her and then I'll get back with you, okay?
Alrighty, sounds good.
Right, no
Thank
problem.
you, guys.
Now he's waiting for the cops to start saying some really crazy things.
Oh, shit.
Now we gotta look at his face.
What? Lindsay's dad. I hope you see this fucking video. You know what happens when women don't ever, come to terms with themselves? Bad shit happens. I don't know.
All right. So now he's turning down a road we call psychopath. He's implying various threats towards the girl. Men, don't do that. That's not normal or good. There's no way to justify it. Don't be an idiot.
Something the cops want to deny me trying to get her to be straight. Something is wrong about that. I don't see why these traditional ass motherfuckers think they can speak shit whenever it's this woke belligerent LGBT shit that has her.
And there you have it. Girl's probably a lesbian. And he isn't okay with that, apparently. He thinks he's the straight white male to save her.
Right now? And her father is controlling the bullshit? I just don't see it. I'm older than her fucking father.
Okay. So, like, I don't entirely know what's happening here. But did you hear that? I'm older than her fucking father. Like, how old is this girl? Like, he said he was 27. So, like, best case scenario, this man is 26 and a half. And he had his daughter at like, no, there's no good age. There's no good age for that to have happened. So either he's misspoken here, or this girl is really young. Like, best case scenario, she's 16 and her dad had her when he was 10. Highly unlikely.
All right, so you've caught up to the part of the video where my original footnote was, and now that I'm editing it and I heard it, he did say I'm older than her fucking father, which like doesn't make any sense at this point. Like the only theory I can even possibly come up with is that it's actually her stepdad and that her mom just like remarried a significantly younger man. That's like the only like what else would make sense? Like uh, she what? Okay, but I don't know if he just misspoke or what. It just sounds like insane.
That's how I feel right now. I've lived this life. I've been the greatest. I've been down and I've been about. I don't know where this is going, but fucking snakes, man. She was gonna lure me into a trap whenever I was gonna go, you know, play a song for her. It's just how it is. But shout out to all my bros. I know that my dudes, you know, I'm really getting depressed recently, you guys. I feel like there's not faith in humanity.
So that was alarming, right? So, men, if at any point you thought that guy had a good point or like that you found his situation sympathetic, that's a red flag for you personally. Okay? Everything that guy did was wrong. He was harassing, he was pursuing, he was being an ass. If a woman doesn't want to hear your song, she doesn't want to hear your song. I'm sorry. But men, that's how it works. You're going to go through life, and sometimes people are going to reject you. People aren't going to want to be with you. And here's the thing that you need to learn. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes you're dodging a bullet. Sometimes you want to be with someone who really wouldn't be good for you. And that's okay to be rejected romantically, okay? I know it hurts. It sucks. It is one of the worst pains, but it's normal. And it's part of the process. Because as we have relationships, we learn to be better at relationships. I've made terrible choices in relationships. And I don't even just mean like the people I chose to go out with. I mean how I behaved as a partner. And I have learned from each of those. And I'm working very hard towards being a better person, more capable of being a partner to someone. And as a man, that's what you got to do, okay? You can't feel bad for yourself just because it didn't work out with one woman. You can't pursue a woman relentlessly if she's not into it. These are bad moves. You can't blow up at people and rage at them in their messages because, you know, you wanted to respond angrily. You're making yourself look bad. You want to appear as a respectable human being, as they used to say, a gentleman. Women do respect gentlemen. I know it seems like that is not what's happening here in the world right now, but I assure you, gentlemen are honorable people. And blowing up at a bitch in her DMs because she wouldn't get down with you and your penis is not gentlemanly, and it's sure as hell not honorable. You want to be an honorable dude. Okay? And an honorable dude has to learn to take the rejection in stride. And it can be hard because you might have some pretty developed feelings for a person by the time you get the courage to ask them out and they reject you. And that's going to hurt. And that's part of life. That pain is part of life. And yeah, no, we never want to go through it, but we have to. That pain of being rejected is the same as the pain we get from learning, the same as the pain we get from going to the gym. Learning how to deal with that rejection and understanding that you can't have every woman you see is an important part of your masculine development. Okay? Don't stalk women. Don't harass women. Don't blow up at women. If you really, really want women to like you, then you got to be confident. You got to be, and you got to be not an asshole. And I know what you're thinking, but assholes get girls all the time. Do you think that those people are just assholes? They're not just assholes. Everyone is a multifaceted person. Some people are very capable of being assholes. But chances are, when you think of the men that women are going out with like that, and don't be wrong, women go out with some assholes, but men also go out with some bitches. Women could just as easily stand on the sideline and go, why are men only dating immature dumbasses? I don't know. Men make bad choices. Men, the most important thing is finding a woman that has chemistry with you. Okay? Gay men, same deal. But with men. Pansexual men, same deal, but with anybody. You need chemistry with a person. You need to be able to wake up every day and look that person in the face if you're going to have a long-term relationship. And that takes chemistry. It's hard because you can't read chemistry immediately. But no one said life was easy. So get out there and try to interact with women with confidence, kindness, empathy, and an attempt to understand them. If a man tells you, hey, you can never understand women, that's only because he's trying to understand women as a group when he should have been trying to understand various women as individuals. Every woman is different. Anyone who tells you otherwise is selling something. Okay? That's rant over. Thank you for listening to Ruben Uncut. If you enjoy this podcast, please like and subscribe wherever you're listening. But also check me out on YouTube, also at Ruben Uncut. And also feel free to email the show at rubenuncut@gmail.com. All right. Thank you very much.